Today we are going to discuss elementary concept of differentiation or differential calculus. So you can see here differential calculus. So first we'll see what is differential calculus. So differential calculation means simply variation in one quantity with respect to the another quantity, or it is a ratio of two variable quantities. If suppose there is an increase in one quantity, then there will be increase in another quantity. So here let us see what is differential calculus. Let y be a function of x. So we can write this y equal to fx. Then suppose there is a small increase in x. Suppose the value of x is increased by a small amount, that is del x, then the value of y will also increase by the small amount del y. Then the ratio of these two, that is del y upon del x, that is simply tell us about the average rate of change of y with respect to x. Or this is called differential coefficient, or another we can say this is the derivative of y with respect to x. Now if del x approach to 0, means the value of del x is approach to 0, then we can write this by taking limit del x approach to 0 del y upon del x, that is equal to dy upon dx. Means now we have changed the change in y with respect to x to the infinitely small value, that is dy upon dx. This gives the instantaneous rate of change of y with respect to x. So in this way, this is called derivative of y with respect to x, or this is called differential coefficient. Dy upon dx is a differential coefficient. It means dy upon dx means change in y with respect to x. So the concept of differentiation, or you can say from differential calculus, we come to some important results. That is, if suppose c is a constant, then the differentiation of c with respect to x will be 0. Constant means if there is no change in c, it means there is no change in c, means the derivative of c with respect to x, that is 0. Again, suppose you are given x raised to power n. This is a variable x raised to power n. Then the change in x raised to power 1 n with respect to dx can be taken as n x raised to power n minus 1. So this is the expression we mostly use to describing the motion along a straight line. This expression we'll use again and again to find the velocity, acceleration, etc. in the kinematics. So this is important expression. Then the next one, if suppose we have two variables in product form, multiplication form, then we can find the derivative of y with respect to x. It means this u, it is suppose a function of y is a function of u, and u is a function of x. Or you can say that simply in product form we can take dy upon dx equal to, first we will take u constant, then we differentiate v, u dv upon dx, plus then we take v constant dv upon dx. So this is the differentiation of uv with respect to x. Then now if we have in division form y equal to u upon v, then the differentiation of this u upon v can be taken as first we take v constant, then we differentiate u, that is du upon dx, then we take u constant, then we can differentiate v dv upon dx, or then divided by the v square. So this is the formula to differentiate this fraction form in the calculus, differential calculus. Then another one, if suppose we have double function like this, let you can see here y equal to u upon n. It means if y be a function of u, y be a function of u and u be a function of x, then you can see there is a double function, y is a function of u and u is a function of x, then we can differentiate it by like this, dy upon dx equal to, first we differentiate y with respect to u, dy upon du, then u with respect to f, du upon dx. So differentiating this term, first we differentiate this power and u raised to power n minus 1, then this u, that is du upon dx. So this expression can be differentiated like this. Then the next one, if suppose we have logarithmic form d upon dx log x, so then the differentiation of log x can be taken as 1 upon x. Then for trigonometric function, if suppose we have sin x, then d upon dx of sin x, that is equal to cos x. Means differentiation of sin x is cos x, and the cos x, differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. So in this way, these are the some important concepts or important you can say results of differentiation which we use to describe the motion along a straight line. Then now we solve some examples to understand how to differentiate the elementary functions like this. Suppose initially we have this function y equal to x raised to power 5 plus x raised to power 3 plus 10. So how to differentiate this with respect to the x? Let us see. We differentiate it. We have a function y equal to x raised to power 5 plus x cube plus 10. So to differentiate this, we can take here dy upon dx, that is equal to, first we differentiate this first term, that is d upon dx x raised to power 5 plus d upon dx x raised to power 3 plus d upon dx 10. Or now we differentiate this. So this expression we have already done. How to differentiate x raised to power n, that is n x raised to power n minus 1. So the same expression we can use here, the same pattern we can use here. We first multiply the power 5 x raised to power, we reduce the power by 1. Then plus in second one we multiply the power, then we reduce the power by 1. And plus third one, this 10 is not a variable, it is constant. So differentiation of constant quantity is 0. Therefore this is 0. So now this expression becomes here 5 x raised to power 4 plus 3 x raised to power 2, या x square, or plus 0, or dy upon dx equal to 5x raised to power 4 plus 3x square. This is differentiation of this given expression. Now we take another function and we take another example. This is example number 1 suppose. Then we take example number 2. If y equal to x plus root x plus 1 upon root x, then we can find dy upon dx, means differential coefficient here, differential coefficient of y with respect to x, that is equal to, we can write this d upon dx, in bracket you can write here x plus, we can write this x raised to power half plus, we can write this x raised to power minus half. Now we again apply this concept here. So this is power 1, so you can take multiply power by 1, then x raised to power, reduce the power by 1, plus again you multiply this power by half to this x, then we reduce power by 1, plus multiply this power minus half and we reduce the power by 1. Same expression, same concept we have used here. Now we solve this. So this is x raised to power 0 plus this is half x raised to power minus half plus minus half x raised to power minus 3 upon 2. So x raised to power 0, that can be taken as 1 plus 2, this is 1 upon root x minus half, or this is 1 upon cubic root of x. So in this way we can solve this expression, we can differentiate this expression like this. Then third, now we can take one more example, that is by using the trigonometric function to differentiate. So in trigonometric function to differentiate, let us see, suppose we have a function y equal to cos ax square plus b. Then how do we differentiate this? So to differentiate this, dy upon dx equal to d upon dx, we differentiate this cos ax square plus b. Now first we differentiate cos, then the differentiation of cos is minus sign, so we can put here minus sign ax square plus b. So now we have differentiated cos, then we differentiate the second term, that is ax square plus b. So to differentiate this second term, you can see here, if we differentiate a is constant, x square, so to differentiate this x square, power can be multiplied 2x or power can be reduced by 1 plus differentiation of b, because it is constant, so it is 0. So now this expression becomes here minus 2ax into sine ax square plus b. So in this way we can differentiate this trigonometric function cos ax square plus b. So there are many more examples, but these are the sufficient to explain the elementary concept of differentiation. Thank you. Well, students, now we will discuss integral calculus or elementary concept of integration to describing a motion. So now in integral calculus, you can see that integral calculus or integration is a reverse process of differentiation. Earlier we have discussed differentiation, derivatives of phi with respect to x, and now the integration, it is a reverse process of differentiation. Means you are given derivative and then you can find the function. So here you can see, if the process of finding, it is process of finding a function whose derivative is given. It is a process of finding a function whose derivative is given. So if derivative of fx is f prime x, you are given derivative of fx with respect to x is f prime x, then the integration of f prime x means derivative of fx, that is equal to the fx. So this is reverse process of differentiation. You can see that this is differentiation of fx is f prime x, then the integration of f prime x will be fx. So this is integration, means integration is totally opposite, or you can say reverse process of differentiation. Now we'll discuss some important you can say results or some standard elementary integral integrals of the different functions or different variables. So here we can see that first one, integration of x raised to power n. Integration of x raised to power n can be taken as x raised to power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. Means to differentiate x raised to power n, we just increase the power by 1 and then we divide it by the total power. Plus c. C is a integrating constant or coefficient of integration. This occurs, this we used to take when there is a no limit for integrations, or you can say indefinite integrals. If there is a definite integral, then we can remove this c, or we cannot take this integrating constant. Then the second one, integration of 1 upon x with respect to dx. So integration of 1 upon x can be taken as log x. We have given, you suppose this form of integration, then you can take the integration of this form is log to the base c x plus c. Again c is integrating constant. The third one is, suppose you are given dx. So how to integrate dx? So that is, we can write this dx 1 dx, because it can be multiplied by 1, there will be no effect on the result. Then this 1 can be written as x raised to power 0 dx, and then now we can integrate x raised to power 1, x raised to power 0 dx, that is the power that is raised by 1 and then it can be divided by the total power. So x raised to power 0 plus 1 upon 0 plus 1, or that is x plus c. So this is integration of dx. Another form of integration, that is, this is suppose a trigonometric function, integration of cos x dx, that is equal to sin x plus c. Means the integration of cos x is sin x. Integration of sin x is minus cos x. Integration of sin x equal to minus cos x plus c. C is integrating constant. Then integration of sec square x dx, that is equal to tan x plus c, and the integration of sec x tan x dx equal to sec x plus c. Then integration of cosec square x dx equal to minus cot x plus c. So these are some standard integrations, standard elementary integrations which we should learn, we should keep it in mind to solve the problems related to the motion, kinematics. We use these expressions. Then now we solve some examples based on these elementary integrals, in which the first one, that is, suppose you are given this function, that is x square minus cos x plus 1 upon x dx. Now we integrate this. To integrate x square minus cos x plus 1 upon x dx. So to integrate this, let us see here. First we integrate each term. So for this, we just divide in each term, that is integration of x square dx minus integration of cos x dx plus integration of 1 upon x dx. In this way. Then now we integrate each term. We integrate this x square. So we can use this expression, this standard form of integration. Power must be raised by 1 to integrate x square. X raised to power 2 plus 1 upon 2 plus 1 divided by the total power. This is integration of x square. Minus, then we integrate this cos x. The integration of cos x is sin x. Then plus 1 upon x dx. So again we can take this form of integration, 1 upon x dx. The integration of 1 upon x is log x. So we can use here this standard form, log x, and then plus c, because there is no limit for this integration, therefore we can take here integrating constant. Now we can solve this. This expression becomes x cube upon 3 minus sin x plus log x plus c. This is integration of this given function x square minus cos x plus 1 by x dx. So we can use this standard form of elementary integrations, then we can solve such type of simple problems which are related to the motion. Then second one more example we'll take here. If suppose you are given limit, definite integral, then how to integrate this? So for this, suppose you are given here x root x power, that is 1 to 4. This is the limit of this integration dx. And how to integrate this expression? So we can write this x raised to power half integration 1 to 4, this is limit dx. Then now we integrate this x raised to power half again by using this pattern x raised to power n. So to integrate this, x raised to power half plus 1 upon half plus 1, and we put here limit, lower limit to upper limit. So this, in this way we can integrate this term. Now we can put the values. So by putting the values, we have to follow that upper limit should be upper limit minus lower limit. So how to put the limit? First we'll put upper limit, that is this integration of this expression can be taken as x raised to power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. Limit 1 to 4. Or we can write this 2 upon 3 limit x raised to power 3 upon 2 1 to 4. Now we can put here limit 2 upon 3, put your upper limit, that is 4 raised to power 3 by 2 minus lower limit is 1, so 1 raised to power 3 by 2. Now we can solve further. 2 upon 3, this 4 can be written as 2 square, or this power 2 or half, that can be cancelled. This expression can be written as 2 square into 3 upon 2, this is purely mathematical term, minus 1, or this is cancelled 2, so it becomes here 2 upon 3, that is 2 cube means 8 minus 1, or that is equal to 2 upon 3 into 7, or equal to 14 upon 3. So this is integration of this expression root x, integration of root x by taking limit 1 to 4. So in this way we can solve this problem. Then